Shalom, shalom, peace and blessing, everybody. Uh, I'd like to give thanks to Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, giving thanks to all the Israelites out there putting in that work, salt of the earth. It was thanks to you all in the chat. Giving thanks to all the Israelites out there putting in that work, salt of the earth. It was thanks to you all in the chat. Giving thanks to all the Israelites out there putting in that work,
You
salt
have
of
it
the
open
earth.
somewhere else?
You got something on?
Somewhere else?
Hold on.
Okay, try it again.
Shalom, shalom. I was hearing an echo. I was making sure.
Okay. Sorry about that, Kadar.
I don't know what was going on. Giving thanks to Sister Jill on here, bringing that word, doing a whole lot of stuff for the Most High. It's good to have sisters out here that's in the word, in the truth, and ready to bring the truth and getting out of that Christianity. So I'm trying to see if anybody gonna come in. Anything you want to say, Sister Jill?
Shalom.
You can say more than that. Anything else you want to say?
How about that? Thank you for having me, sir.
All right. Okay. So, So I know y'all been looking at the news here lately, right?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all been seeing what's going on with the Ukraine and Russia, and we see that what's his name? Putin is getting a lot of our people, bringing them to Russia, giving them a place to live till they can hook up with the embassy and go back home, to their country. It's something that he's making Ukraine looking very prejudiced right now, y'all.
So what do you think about it?
Huh?
So what do you think about that? Because I shared with you earlier that I feel like I almost feel like we're pawns. And I mean, you brought out a good point. I felt like, how is he really helping us when we know he's racist? But then the point you brought out was that it still goes along with, you feel like it still goes along with Yah's plan, right?
Yeah, I feel like that Yah is using him as one of the four carpenters in Zechariah 1 and 20. And I'm saying this, a lot of Israelites, they get scared. They'll be like, I don't know. First they'll say it, then they'll go back. But I'm saying it not as saying it as an I'm prophesying this is it. I'm praying, hoping it is it, y'all. Man, I'm ready to get up out of here. I'm ready to go into the wilderness, and get up out of here, get ready to get in our land. Let's send some shout outs in the chat right quick before we get started. Shalom, shalom, Sister Nadia, Yah Light. Shalom, Dr. Ben Judah, Yehuda. Hey, man, we're going to talk about this wilderness. I wish you'll come on here because I know you got a lot of information about that. Shalom, Sister Rochelle. She said Kadar, and Sister Rochelle, that's JC on here, y'all. Shalom, Albany, Georgia. Shalom.
That's twice. You and Rochelle got me last night. That's okay.
Shalom, Brother T. Shalom, Vanessa Turner. Let's see. Sister Sheila. Shalom.
You put the link in the chat?
No, not yet. Let me see. See if I can put it up in here.
Oh, did you see Sister Sheila said, I believe Putin is being used too. By who? That's a good perspective too.
By us, I mean by the Most High. I guess that's
Okay.
what. I mean that's what I think. But like I said, I could. You know what? I hope I ain't wrong because I want to get up out of here, y'all. It ain't no. I'm not saying this in a way. I'm scared it's gonna backfire, and because I'm not wrong. I'm just reading scriptures and I'm praying and hoping this is it, y'all. So I'm not doing like the evangelicals Christians that say I'm standing right here. This is it.
Maybe those are the angels from Africa in Russia.
Yeah, the angels from Africa and Trump gonna win the election. The Most High don't care about them winning the election. This place is going down. What do you care about that?
Right.
Unless he gonna use them in a certain way. And if you want to say it, say that, yeah. But
Did you see
all
Bill Donovan's point?
right, let me put it on there. I tell you, man, y'all be bringing it even before we even get started, man.
Right.
Y'all bring. So Russia was the only European country that did not participate in the transatlantic slave trade. Yeah, Sister Jill was talking about that earlier. My question is, if that's true, in the East African slave trade, I did a study on that. We was transported in their area. If it wasn't Russia, it had to been somebody else, or was it just China, the one had us in slavery, or certain parts of Asia, because that's where Eastern Europe. I'm just asking y'all. I'm not saying that you're wrong, Donovan Judah, but I'm just asking the question on that.
He put up something else about Ukraine actually owns slave ships, so that's interesting too.
Where is that?
Um,
But one thing about it, Ukraine used to be part of Russia. See, the Soviet Union. That you know what? That right there might answer my question. There it might be in that part that had us then. Okay, I can deal with that. Where is it at? He said he put that up.
It says all those Jews. That's where it starts out with.
You
All
see
those
it?
Jews who built and owned, financed, and insurance and insured the slave
Oh
ship.
yeah. The Jew. That's where a lot of them, Jews or whatever you want to call them, come from. Is over there. Look at this. They are trying to gather Israel for their own protection. That's
Oh,
right there.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good point
That's why
because
we're pawns.
yeah.
We're pawns. We lucky charms, right? They're looking at
Well,
us.
using us as pawns, but y'all knew they would. Okay.
That's a good point too.
And Jeremiah 50. Okay. I believe Putin is used too. Yep. All those Jews who built, owned, financed, and insurance the slave ships were from Ukraine, formerly known as Khazars. Okay. That right there answered my question because remember we were scattered to the four corners of the earth. That covered this part. Okay, hey, I'm okay.
That
I'm
was a good
good.
argument, though.
Yeah, I'm good now. She said I started to, but I didn't want to get her. Oh yeah. JC. Y'all,
Let me get her. Let me get her.
okay, let's get into it. So we're talking about the wilderness. We're gonna do a revisit. Just we ain't gonna read much of the Exodus, but we're gonna look at Exodus and we're gonna see what was going on, what happened. What did the Most High tell Pharaoh? And we're gonna go to different parts, different scriptures, and read and see the can we relate to today on what's going on? Because we know that we see how Ukraine was treating our people. They wouldn't let our people go. They wanted them to sit there to get blowed up. We see it. We see that. So we'll start out at Exodus chapter 5, verse 1. It's 5 and 1.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me give me a second. Exodus 5 and 1.
Mhm.
Okay. And afterwards, Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, "Thus saith Yahuwah, Elohim of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness."
Man, and that right there, just that one verse is very powerful. Because remember, when we get in the wilderness, according to Isaiah 66, and some more scripture we can pull, we're gonna learn, we're gonna learn a lot. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna be doing some feasting to the most high. So when we look at what happened in Ukraine, and when we look what happened in the last since 2019, the year of return, you notice something happened. They shut down all the borders so we couldn't leave. They didn't want us to go, and now sometimes some airlines, for you to get on there, you know what you got to get on there. Now, I'm not doing that. So they are trying to do the same thing Pharaoh is trying to do, because whoever have us is going to be at the top of the chain, have the most of us, So the same thing that was going on then is going on now. A lot of I know we see it, but a lot of people in Christianity and religions don't see that. I don't even think they ain't thinking about going nowhere but somewhere and living in the cloud anyway. What you got to say about that?
I was just thinking that it's interesting that they're not. There's a lot that the media is not covering, and they're trying to keep quiet. Especially what him bringing our people over to Russia and then helping them get back to their countries. That's interesting that they're trying to keep that quiet, because I think you said it earlier. Like, why wouldn't Fox News put something like that out there?
You're right. And a lot of our people like to watch Fox News and CNN, NBC, and they believe, you wouldn't believe that what they believe. I'd be like, what? When I hear them talk, I'm like, what are you? Oh, well, I was watching the news. I'd be like, oh, Lord. But when I was watching the Diaspora channel, African Diaspora channel, which is quote unquote news for us, they're going to tell what's going on in our community. Fox News and them don't. CNN don't, unless something's going to benefit them, or like this type of election going on. Oh, if an election was going on this year, they might. No, I don't think they'll talk about that. But we see that the same thing that was going on in Exodus is going on now. They don't want us to go. And we see like what happened in Ukraine. They say, y'all can't get on this bus, y'all can't get on this train. They don't want us to go. And that's crazy. Who in the world have a heart to even think like that? But, and my people, I talk to people and they'll say my heart go out to them. And I'd be like, well, their heart didn't go out to us. If they did, I ain't seen them on social media talking about, y'all need to stop killing so-called African Americans is over there in America and around the world. Don't forget that. But we see that we are quick to run to that rescue, boom, fast, because we think about the kids, we think about the elderly. But look, our kids getting killed over here. Anybody coming to our rescue? I'm not telling nobody not to think of that, but we got to understand this. The Most High is in control. And when we read these scriptures, you're going to find out what I'm talking about. So let's go to Exodus chapter 6. Once you start reading at verse 28 and go on to chapter 7, 1 and 2. You'll see when you start reading what I'm talking about.
Exodus 6 and 28?
And keep reading on to Exodus 7, 1 and 2.
Okay. And it came to pass on the day when Yahuwah spoke unto Moses in the land of Egypt, that Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, I am Yahuwah. Speak thou unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, all that I say unto thee. And Moses said before Yahuwah, behold, I am of uncircumcised lips, and how shall Pharaoh hearken unto me? And Yahuwah said unto Moses, see, I have made thee a God to Pharaoh, an Elohim to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt and bring forth mine armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgment. Ooh. And the Egyptians shall know that I am Yahuwah, when I stretch forth mine hand upon Egypt and bring out the children of Israel from among them. And Moses and Aaron did as Yahuwah commanded them, so did they. And Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron was 83 years old, when they spake unto Pharaoh. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, when Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, show a miracle for you, then thou shalt say unto Aaron, take thy rod and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. And Moses and Aaron, keep going.
Yeah, you can. Well, no, you can stop right there.
Okay.
So, one thing we see, you know how everybody talk about Revelation 11 about the two prophets. What do we have here? Moses and Aaron. It's like it's repeating itself. So I'm not saying the two prophets are going to be Moses and Aaron this time, but we got two prophets coming to do what? Tell you, let my people go. We see here when we look at this verse how we standing out here, we teaching this word, we telling them we are the true Israelites of the Bible. Y'all been blessing the wrong people. Y'all holding those hostages. Y'all this, y'all that, and they looking at us like because if we leave tonight, America would drop, gone. So this is the same thing that we going through today as what they went through back then. He's saying, let my people go. He's chose Moses, and Moses and his brother as a mouthpiece. And so now we as Israelites, the ones that we got some true good stand-up brothers that's out here bringing this word, and that can go up to the White House, that can go up to the ones that's head of all these nations, and tell them, let my people go. You know, we're going to see what's going to happen. I wonder if they're going to listen or not. What you
so do you think that because when it comes to just regular people, regular Gentiles, I'm on the fence about whether they really know who we are. But I strongly believe that the people in, the upper people, like the government, upper echelon, I believe they know who we are. So do you feel like there's something going on with them when they know that something's going on, but they're too prideful to release us or too prideful to acknowledge that we're the people? Because I strongly feel they know who we are.
I believe you. Yeah, me too. Because it's like the other day when I was talking to the brothers on the line, that white guy his face got red. He said he had to go do some work, and he really didn't. He just didn't want to hear it. So even if they don't know who we are, but they do, because something that's inside of them it makes them so upset when we say that the Messiah died for us and we are the people. I mean, if somebody come up to me and say, I am an Egyptian and the Pharaoh is my great granddad, I'm the same bloodline. Okay, wouldn't bother me. But for some reason, it bothers them. It's to the point. And this guy he don't even talk to me much no more. So I think they do know who we are. It's in them to know, because somehow they have like a perpetual hate. And now look, I know People gonna say, well, not all of them like that. Okay, but the vast majority are. And, and so I would not, because see, they can come to you just like what do what do the word say about Satan? He come to steal, kill, and destroy. Now, if you operating in the ways of Hashatan, the father, like in John 8, when the Messiah said, you do the lust of your father, you seek to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna come out like they mad. They're gonna come as man. They can give you the clothes off their back. They can buy you. I'm not lying. They can do all these things. Man, they'll turn around, tear you up. Our own people, we fights against one another, but the
Mm-hmm.
difference, we know they don't. When our people don't like us, we don't like each other. Oh, we know. Ain't no sneaking around going on. We already know what they're about, but we don't know what they're about. So I agree with you, Sister Jill. I think they know who we are, but and it's killing them. You
Yeah, they'll
ready?
have, I mean, I grew up around the area we grew up in. It was the majority was, them. And well, there was some people I wasn't even allowed in their homes, but when it came to work and things like that, they'll go out and they'll have dinner with you. They'll take you to their house and they'll still stab you in your back like nothing happened. And so we have, that's why we have to be wise. And we have to learn how to trust each other in this thing, because we can't be infighting and think we're going to leave here and go over there and still be fighting. We have to work that out over here.
That's right. My daughter had moved to Georgia one time. My oldest daughter, and I was just so told about it. And she called me. She was like, "Daddy, I go to this white church, and they helping me get an apartment." I'm like, "Get an apartment where?" And she said, "It was Lord, it was in the hood." I said, "Samante, please come home." Make a long story short, she had got mad at me, was talking junk, saying the black people ain't worth nothing. Yeah. Hey, that thing turned so quick. About a week later, she called me. She was going off talking about these white people. I said, "Well, you just told me." Yeah, they turned on her. But she had a see it herself. So the next scripture we're gonna go to is Exodus chapter 12. Once you read verse 6 to 14, I think you're gonna like this.
Exodus 12, 6 through 14.
Yeah, I think you're gonna like this, Sister Jill.
Okay. Let's see. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to Yahuwah throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the seventh day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation, and in the seventh day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this self same day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread. Until one day, and until the 21st day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel,
Mm.
whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened, in all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning, for Yahuwah will pass through to smite the Egyptians. And when he sees the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, Yahuwah will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. And you shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass when you come to the land which Yahuwah will give you, according as he promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass when your children say unto you, what mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of Yahuwah's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses.
Master son. What verses what Bible you reading from?
King James.
King James.
I'm reading from an app though, so it might be like that newer version.
Yeah, because in verse 12, the one I want you to read, it's very important on there because we're talking about, because we see Israelites talking about what's going on in Ukraine and everything.
Exodus 12 and 12.
Yeah.
For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt. I kind of feel like I know where you're going with this. Both man and beast, and against all the Elohims of Egypt, I will execute judgment. I am Yahuwah.
So if this war is the prophecy in Zechariah 1 and 20, innocent babies and kids going to be killed. Not to say this is nothing that I want, but we see what he had to do to Egypt for them to what? Let us go. Mm-hmm. He killed the firstborn. And we see that feast. Hey, man, you had that feast, you better eat up all that bread. You better eat it up. No, but we see that the feast that we have in the Passover, which is talking about, what did the Most High do for us? It's a remembrance. And we see that the sacrificial lamb, the Messiah, goes hands in hand with the Passover. If you look at the story about that, a lot of people don't see that, but that the Messiah is talking about the Passover. Mm-hmm. That's they call it the Last Supper. But the main point I want to point out is that when the Most High is going to deliver us, it might come back down to what happened in Egypt. And we see that, innocent kids and babies might be killed. But, he is the Father, so the souls go back to him. Mm-hmm. So, I know some people, they get like, but what the Most High want us to see is, did they feel that way about us? No. Are they, maybe he's using, Putin, as his judgment, the start of it anyway.
Did you put the link in the chat? I see Yashadak and I see a couple other people that might want to jump on.
Yeah, you see the link?
Mm-mm. Yeah, I'll probably scroll up.
Yep, see?
Okay.
Y'all, I put it in there. If I put it wrong, I'll be making mistakes. But I think it's right. Let me know. Y'all want to jump on? Please jump on in. Bring that word. We're talking about the wilderness now. Go ahead.
We got to think about it. It's sad. Like, as a mother, it's sad to think about babies being destroyed. But they were babies that were raised up to hate us. They were raised to hate us. And so even, those babies that are now adults and wouldn't let us on those trains, they were babies at one point, and they were raised up and trained to hate us to get them to this point where they're like, we don't care anything about your life. And so we have to see it. We can't fully see things the way Yah does, because it's almost like, gosh, that's harsh. But what do you think? It's just, and it's not necessarily.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. But that's like what I said. What about our babies? They've been killing our babies for over 400 years. They used to take them and smash their heads against rocks, feed them to alligators.
Even when they fathered.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, my heart go out like that lady. What's her name? Spawn Monday. Well, heart go out to them, and then at the process, they showing that they still hate us in war.
Yeah. And that's what I was thinking, that is it that they're raised to hate us, or is it that demonic spirit that just transfers generationally? That it, because I think that's a spirit that is in them to drive them to hate us so much. And so is that's what really is going on with them, that demonic force is going from generation to generation, and then they're raised up and then they hate us.
Yeah, they have a perpetual hate. Well, Idumea, Esau, and we got to understand Esau blended in even with our people. Some of our people got to have Esau for them to hate their own people. That's crazy. But we know that Esau has a perpetual hate towards us.
Mm-hmm.
And but we are doing exact, because remember, right now we don't have no mic in our hand. All we can do is pray that we be delivered, and we ain't got nobody to call on but the Most High. That's it. That's all we got to call on. We don't have nobody to call on. So we're set. Everything is set in place, just like when we was in Egypt, and they had nobody to call on but the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Moses doing that.
No, I was just thinking that's why we have to start being, that scripture that says we have to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. And I think that we can't be attacking each other right now. That's my biggest concern. That's is that right. We're it's like we twerking on Twitter, we're fighting each other, and we're so distracted. We have got to get sober in this time and really pay attention to the little things. Like, I'm going to be honest, I'm not paying attention to the news, but if you bring something out or somebody else shows me, it perks my ear. Like, we should be paying attention to this.
I don't really I glance at the news, but I look at like the African Diaspora channel to get news, because I know it's going to be about us, what I need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, sit there and watch CNN and all that. I might glance at it, but I really don't have to watch people talk about it all the time. But something else great said, I think I forgot. That Esau spirit.
Hey.
Well, hey. Yeah. Look, Dr. Ben Judah said, hey, he paying attention. Hey, look, I'm praying that we get up out of here, man. I'm praying this is it. But right now, y'all, we doing exactly what was going on in Egypt, we're doing now. I'm pretty sure it was plenty Israelite men. Hey, man, I'm ready to get up out of here. Let's pray. Man, they even knew who they were back then. We didn't, we know who we are now, but they knew who they were, and they still needed the Most High's help. And we in the worst. I think we in the worst shape.
Can I read this scripture?
Go for it.
Exodus 2:24, and Yahuwah heard their groaning, and Yahuwah remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. Yahuwah saw the people of Israel, and Yahuwah knew. So my thing is, are we crying out to him? Like, with all of this, I know more, and his name is Yah. No, his name is this. No, his name is that. Or the women fighting. Or you're supposed to have multiple wives. No, we're focused on all of that stuff. And shouldn't our focus be on crying out to the Most High? Because that scripture says, then he heard them, then he saw them. So if we're not crying out, we're not following the proper procedures according to the system he has in place for the blessings and the curses. So we're still kind of, even though we came into the truth, we're awakening, we're still kind of sort of floating on those curses if we're not coming together to cry out to Yah. So we have to start to focus on that so he can hear us again. I feel like he's not hearing us because we're not crying out to him.
Yeah, you're right. Even me, y'all.
Donovan said every day.
So what?
Donovan, go ahead. Say what you were going to say. I apologize.
I'm gonna read. I said, Psalm 37. Happy shall he be that taketh and dashes the little ones against the stone. So they did that to us. So I know this stuff is in scripture, y'all. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't help it, but hey, it's in scripture. And yeah, that's the way they did our children. So some of their children might get done that. It's sad. But I would say this right here. I'm even, and this hard for me. I heard somebody the other day who say who it was. It was making a video and was talking about. I know they was talking about me the video because we had a discussion. But I decided, you know what? I'm not going to even come back on that because I'm ready to get up out of here. I ain't got time to condemn or call people saying they going to hell, and especially our own people. I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm. I refuse to do that. I pray that according to Revelations 11, it tells you for all of Israel shall be saved. And all of Israel didn't get saved in 7 AD, but a lot of them did because they listened to the Messiah. So I pray that all of Israel will be redeemed this time. That's one thing I pray about. I'm not going to fall into that. Now, y'all, if I end up debating again, please forgive me because I'm trying not to. I'm trying to focus on getting up out of here. Nobody ain't got time to be debating, and I'm trying not to. How about that, y'all? Y'all pray for me that I won't do that.
Yeah, pray for him.
Yeah, I pray. So okay, now let's go to Exodus 14:13. Maybe 13:14. Exodus chapter 14. Verse 13. This is what we at the point that we at right now. You read, y'all understand. And then when we go to Jeremiah is very good. 31. I don't know if a lot of people read the whole chapter, but Jeremiah 31 is so good. We're just gonna read 4 through 11. Then once you read that, you're gonna understand. But I think you're gonna like this. But Exodus 14 and 13.
Okay. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of Yahuwah, which he will show to you today. Keep going?
No, you stop right there.
Okay.
So we at that point. When you read that Exodus, they was getting across that Red Sea. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Oh, he gonna fight for you. And I think that's what's going on right now. That we are seeing the salvation of the Most High for us. He's starting to bring these plagues and bring these judgments on these nations. We are there, y'all. We are there. Now, when we get ready to leave, Lord, and it could. I don't know if it's gonna come a time that we have to cross a Red Sea, but tell you what, we got to have that faith in the Most High. In the name of Yahushua, we got to have that. Because right now, we have no choice but to stand still.
Mm-hmm. I don't even think that he wants us, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, y'all the scholars, but I don't even know if he wants us to focus on where the land is, where this is, where the great substance is going to come from. I think he just wants us to stand still and see the salvation of Yahuwah. Be still and know I am Yah. And if we can get that I am part in there and get that I am part in here, we can start to understand that he's going to supply all of our needs according to his riches and glory. Stop trying to figure it out. Just focus on me. Keep your eyes stayed on me. But I don't know if we put too much time into trying to figuring things out that he didn't lay out plainly. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a good point. Right now, we ain't got no choice but to stand still. What are we going to do? We don't have a choice. We don't have no choice.
I mean, in here, though, stand still in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I agree with you, but also we have to be proactive. In other words, can you imagine when 7 AD was coming around, the Messiah said, look, when you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, you got to get up out of here. So we, you're right. We got to stand still. We got to stand still here too. But
Mhm.
also, I think we need to be preparing too.
Well, yeah, with that we do, but I think
Mhm.
the place that we're missing preparation is in our hearts and in our minds. We have got to get Babylon out of our hearts and out of our minds. And
Man, that's hard to do. You're
it
right.
is, but you know what else is sad? Those
Right.
of us who are trying to come out of this Babylonian system, they're like, oh, they're a cult. Because we're not tying into this wicked system that we're a cult. But it's like our hearts have got to be transformed. And if we stand still or stand firm on the word and not worry, there's certain things I don't think we should be worried about. But yeah, is my heart right before you? Is there anybody that I've offended? Is there, create in me a clean heart? Search me, oh yeah. Like, to me, when we stand still and we do those things, that's what's going to start. Because if we start seeking him to cleanse us of all unrighteousness, then that stuff is going to be a stench to us. All of that stuff that, the debating and the poly and
Yeah.
all of that stuff.
Yeah. You're right. But I tell you, yeah, you're right. You go, sister. What they say in the church, preach, sister, preach.
There you go.
But every day, like I be thinking, like, man, I'm so tired. Please show us something.
No.
Please give us something. I'm ready to get up out of here. And that's the only thing that don't calm me down from debate. I heard somebody say something, I might say something, but usually, boy, I really go edit. But that's the only thing that's coming me down. I'm ready to get up out of here because I've realized that just like the brother saying right here, he's I was brother, sister, or brother, was observant deep programmer. Said, I agree with you, Kadar. The debate makes us as a people look bad. It does, and the same thing that happened in 7 AD is happening now. You know what happened from 62 AD to 7 AD? We was in the city gates fighting one another. We beat Rome at first, pushed them back. So they dug a trench around the whole city of Jerusalem and waited till we killed one another. It's the same thing we doing today. So that's why I say, you know what, man? I'm not wishing nothing bad on my brother or my sisters. I'm not doing that.
That's
I want us to come together. I want us to make it in because the enemy, even though we have enemies within Israel, but the
Mhm.
enemy, the true enemy, is outside of Israel. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's why he said, love one another of thy people. And what said Leviticus 19, 17, 18, 19. It's talking about one another as our people. Now, let's go to the last verse and then we can just take it flow from there. Jeremiah 31, verse 4 to 11. Now, you're going to like this.
Jeremiah 31, 4 through 11. Again, I will build thee, and thou shalt be built, O Virgin of Israel. Thou shalt again be adorned with thy tabrets, and shalt go forth in the dances of them that make merry. Thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria. The planters shall plant and shall eat them as common things. For there shall be a day that the watchmen upon the Mount Ephraim shall cry, Arise ye, and let us go up to Zion unto Yahuwah our Elohim. For thus saith Yahuwah, Sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations. Publish ye, praise ye, and say, O Yah, save thy people, the remnant of Israel. Behold, I will bring them forth from the north country and gather them from the coast of the earth, and with them the blind
Yes.
and
Keep going.
the lame, the women with child, and her that travaileth with child together. A great company shall return thither. They shall come with weeping, and with supplications will I lead them. I will cause them to walk by the river of waters in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn.
Amen. He from the crying out. Remember you was asking about that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. He said he's going to deliver from the north country and the coast of the earth. Mm. So, our deliverance is here, and the Most High is promising us this. We have to do exactly the last things that we was talking about: standing still, waiting on the salvation of the Lord. Stop fighting against one another. Dr. Ben Judah put a good statement. Now, Dr. Ben Judah, you make me feel good about debating again.
What did he say?
He said, debates don't make us look bad. It's the lying Israelites we debate who makes us look bad. That is true. I think that if we come together and tell the truth, we don't even have a debate. We'll be in agreement, but a lot of people, they trying to save this people and trying to save this people and trying to save this people. And that's why we end up debating one another and getting mad and people calling you the N-word. And let me shut up. Anyway, shalom, Brother Eric. Shalom. Shalom.
I think that when we can't come to a middle ground, when these debates happens, that kind of exposes where's our heart at. If it gets to a point where we're cussing each other out, or we're saying uncaring things to each other, then that kind of exposes the content of our hearts, because this is all supposed to draw people into Yah's kingdom. And people that have not come into this truth, they're like, what do I want that for? I have that in Christianity. And so it's kind of like it's a catch-22, because I know people have come into the truth from hearing debates, but then I know people have gotten kind of like because of the debate. So it's kind of hard. Maybe it's, I guess you know when to cut it off or something like that.
You want to take this comment right here, sister?
Which one, sir? Focus on Isaiah 41, 8 through 20. Yahuwah is on our side right now. The 400 years is over. We just got to get right before him to hopefully speed up his delivering of us. Basically, yes. That's basically what I feel we need to be doing. It's like, search my heart. Oh yeah, that's where I'm at, because this is like, it's an exciting time, but it's scary too, because if the path is narrow, we got to be mindful of what's in our hearts, what we're thinking, how we're reacting, what we're focused on. And some of my story behind the scenes, you have to be willing to lose it all for this awakening. You have to be able to do whatever it takes to stay close to the Most High and to be purged of everything that is not of him. And the scripture says, mother against daughter, father against son. We have to be willing. You have to ask yourself, am I willing to lose all of these things for the sake of Yah? And my answer is yes, even though it's hard and it hurts. My answer is yes.
Yeah, yes, I agree with you. Look at this right here. It says, yes, we are tired, but we must endure to the end. That's why questionable doctrines come up, because people want to get up out of here in our time, not y'all's time. Hey, you hurting me now. Please let my time. Please, right. Y'all. Please. Yeah, you're right.
Like to jump in here.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. But I mean, even like there's ministries
that is so true. That is so true. Lord, I'm ready to go. But that is so true. We want our timing and not the Most High's timing. And one thing we should look at, how much pain we've been going through, our ancestors all the way up to us. Can you imagine what we're gonna go through when we be on the other side and we be in power? We're gonna be in power forever. Y'all gonna be in power forever, we as people. So we're gonna have an everlasting, that's why everlasting salvation. Yeah. So yes, you're exactly right. It's taking a long time, but it's gonna everything gonna get back. And the promise is, according to Ezekiel 37, that the resurrection, that the whole house of Israel, Romans 11, I think 11:25, for all of Israel to be saved or redeemed. So hey, you're exactly right. I definitely want to get up out of here, but I got to wait on y'all and his timing.
Yeah. Because I don't want to come for him and he's like, by the way, you weren't ready. Poof. I don't want that either. Because we think in our hearts. Because we even have to ask y'all to search our motives and reveal our motives, because a lot of times we're searching the word. And are we searching the word for internal cleansing, or are we searching the word to prove that we're right? And that's a dangerous place to be. And even some of the ministries that took off in the beginning of this, because a lot of us awakened the last 5-6 years in between that time frame, and we started, me included, a lot of us started putting these ministries on pedestals. And now these ministries, pride has gotten in the way. They've deified themselves. Like, there's a lot we have to do. And if everybody would just, like, I heard this saying, and I've stole it and I'm running with it, but it's the saying is, work on yourselves and serve each other. If we could get that in our heads, then pride would not have room like it does right now. And we would be able to move forward as one.
That's right.
Yashadek, he posted in there a little while ago.
Which one? Where read it, our enemies surrounding us just like ancient Rome, same strategy, starvation.
Wow.
Exactly. Well, Yashadek post what now?
He said, we're all over the place because we don't have a lead. We need a leader.
I don't see it. I'm trying to look for it. So we are, yeah, you're exactly right. And the ones that we got, they're supposed to be a leader. If you go, you know what? I don't want to talk negative, but you know what? I'm not going to talk negative. But Yashidi, you right. You're exactly right. I'm gonna just leave it at.
What are you going to say, Kadar?
No, because he's right. We do need a leader, but like we got some potential leaders. It just seems like certain things happen and they go off. They either it's money or pride. I don't know what it is, but you be like, what in the world happened? I'm gonna give you the point. Big Judah. I used to like Big Judah. Listen to him, and Lord have mercy, I don't know what happened. He started talking about this is Israel and all this
crazy. Being petty. Go ahead. Yesterday's being petty. He said, "What ones?"
Let me answer this right quick, Sister Jill. Will you take it? I got to answer.
See, he always sets me up, y'all. He does it every time. He puts me out. He gets a call, and then I'm stuck right here. But that's why y'all should. If you jumped on, you could be carrying this right now, bro.
I'm back. See him alone. I thought it was important phone call, but it wasn't. So, all right. So we went Exodus 5:1. Moses, hey, let my people go. Exodus 6:28. 6:28 and Exodus 7:1-2. Moses coming back. He's trying to he's showing Pharaoh what the Most High is saying and doing. And we just jump down to Exodus 14, or Exodus 12:6-14. The Most High killed the firstborn. Now, that's the only thing that Pharaoh will allow us to leave. But we see that the Pharaoh came after us. So we go to Exodus 14:13. He says, stand still, see the salvation. That Red Sea split up. Pharaoh his army was drowned. But Jeremiah 31, when you just read, that whole chapter is talking about us returning back to our land. So when you get to Jeremiah 31, verse 31, he said, I will make a new covenant with Israel. This proves that we would go in the new covenant after we get back in our land.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, if you read the whole chapter 31, Jeremiah 31, when I'm like, hold up. Anyway, that's a whole nother teacher. But I just wanted to bring that out. But y'all, I pray and hope that we are close enough to these wars and what's going on over there, and how we see that is that one you talking about yesterday? Put up. That's it. Ezekiel 20. Says, and you should know that I am the Lord when I have worked with you for my name's sake, not according to your wicked ways, nor according to your corrupt doings, O house of Israel, said Yah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and that Ezekiel 20 also, if you go back to 32, first all the way up there, it tells you that he's going to bring us back to the wilderness too. That's one of my favorite books about the wilderness. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Observant, deprogrammed, and then Sister Pam, their two comments are powerful and on point. Basically, just Observant said, Yahusha told us he will send the Ruach. He did not promise a human leader over us, true. And then Pam said, Sister Pam, she got feisty. Yah is our ultimate leader. He will not give his glory to another. No man will take the credit for gathering his children from the four corners, and everyone will see that.
Okay, so look what Giovanni said.
No need to be looking for the modern day Moses. Ain't happening. But folks are putting themselves into those positions.
Modern day Moses.
What did I say? Some were sent and some
take that stick, let it turn to a snake on somebody. Now, I'm
good.
Modern day Moses. I'm trying to say, I don't see that in the scripture. That's another thing. That's something we should look for and see, because if are we gonna have that type of leader? No. I think it's right. I don't know, but it says, what? How about the two witnesses? Brother Earp got a good teaching on that. The two witnesses in Revelations 11. So that's something that you can look at, but because they're gonna be standing, before the God of this earth, not Yah, God of this earth, breaking it down and giving them that word, and they're gonna have power to shut up heaven, why it won't rain and fire proceed out of their mouth. So when you read that stuff in Christianity, they'll say, "Oh, that's spiritual." All right. I tell you what, you keep thinking it's spiritual. That's not real. It's just something that the way they explain that means the word, man, joke is crazy. But we read in the Bible that these things happen, with the prophets. Well, Elijah, which one of them that had that fire come down and burn the altar?
Elijah.
Yeah, so we had that happen, but you reading, and all of a sudden when it gets in Christianity, it gets to Revelation Christianity, that's spiritual. That's not gonna happen. Okay, we'll see. So I don't know about another Moses. You might be right about that, because I think Yah want us to focus on him. We are left with nothing. Man, we got other people out here that, people, it's just to me, Israel, I hope all of us come together as one and focus on Yah. But right now, I think everybody trying to do their own things, and they focus. That's why I'm trying to focus on the wilderness. We don't look at everything. We don't look at all. We went through the 400 years. We there. Praise Yah. We made it. We see judgment happening. You know what happened in the end of this 2019. We know what happened. Not gonna say what happened, but y'all know. Now we see the wars going on. If people don't wake up and realize the 400-year prophecy was not a failure, according to Genesis 15, we did not write that. That's what the word says, and
Mhm.
it happened. The prophecy is not a failure. So we made it through all that. So I'm trying to me myself. We want to cry out to the Most High and want to be redeemed and delivered. I know I do. This, I like debating. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but you know, it,
Anytime. You love to debate.
so isn't that?
I said you love debating.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
We like Dr. Ben Judah said real close. I hope March 20th during the feast, man, put that blood on your side of the doorpost in the name of Yahweh Shah. Because he's the last sacrificial lamb, y'all.
Who put which blood?
The blood, I'm doing Christianity style, symbolic.
Oh,
Okay?
okay. I'm like,
You know,
I can do it.
blood of a lamb. Last year I did. Yeah, put a blood of a lamb. But we don't know if that lamb spot and no blemish and all that. We don't know that. But
wasn't that done with Yahusha? Isn't that finished?
for now it is anyway. But yeah, if you read in Zechariah, I think you'll see when we get back in the land, he says he said, me too, brother. Yeah, yeah. And actually, if you read, it says that they would be bringing my offerings. But I don't know exactly what that means right off top. I know where Rochelle talking about. That's what I kept wondering. That blood. What blood?
Listen,
No,
no.
no. You got to understand the Northern Kingdom probably still operate in that way because they left before the Hamashiach came, for one thing. So a lot of the Northern Kingdom and people are still operating just under the what they call the Old Testament. So the blood of the Hamashiach, we know that was for us because we were scattered to four corners of the earth. Man, you can't go outside. You could raise a lamb. They catch you out there burning the lamb. They might call the cops on you, have you locked up in jail.
Faster than if you hurt your own child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Y'all's life said Yeshua's sacrificial lamb. But this is the thing. Even after Yeshua, Yahweh the death and resurrection, Paul still then was putting up burnt offerings. And Acts 21 tells you that. So when the temple went down, that was completely gone after that.
Now you preaching.
That's right. Yashi D, they're probably putting pork in the lamb now. Don't say that. I like lamb. I'm gonna eat it.
There's some Israelite butchers out there.
Yeah. But during Passover, I do want to eat me a lamb, and get my that's usually what I do. But I pray and hope this Passover be our last Passover that we be together. That's what I pray.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be talking about another Passover when we leave this area, leave this captivity. What time is it?
Let me get on out here. I got to get up and go to work in the morning.
Anyway, I got to go to work I got to be at work at 4:15. So y'all imagine why I want to get up out of here.
That's abuse.
What's that? 4:15?
Yes, that's abuse.
Yeah, I got to be at work at 4:15 in the morning.
Mm-mm.
And so I'll be like, oh man. I'm not trying to push the time, y'all. I just pray it's time for us to get up out of here. I want to go on y'all's time. Actually, I was trying to leave before that. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was trying to when I moved from Virginia, I wanted to move to Africa, but they was closing everything. And this lady's supposed to have been calling me and showing me how I can get hooked up with somebody, a sponsor, but it never did happen. So
Yeah, be careful with that.
push it. Look, push it. So, Observer Deep programmer said spring in the true land. September, October is spring in the true land. Also, the time of Abib. So, keep out of Africa until the Most High take us there. True. Man, y'all spoiling my. Hey, man, look, y'all spoiling me. I mean, y'all making me sad over here.
Why?
Say keep out of Africa until the Most High. Yeah, you're right. I'm sad. I was ready to go. It didn't work out. What's Sister Pam say?
Pam, she's feisty in the chat today. She's setting it off.
Yeah,
Francis.
yeah. She says the wisdom and the protection of yeah.
You know how beautiful it's going to be when to have a true Shabbat, Oh my gosh, that I look forward to our very first perfect true Shabbat.
You actually like me. He wants deliverance bad, man. I do too. I mean, it's almost like I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I get frustrated. I get so frustrated. I think about all you got bills, you gotta work. If you don't work, you ain't ready to pay your bills, and all this. I just pray that that it do come soon.
Mm-hmm.
They usually doing the black soap. Yeah, she did say. To give us a pure language. Yeah, I'm ready for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I'm ready for a new body. I'll take that too.
Yeah, me too. Building a new body.
Yeah. This one tired. This
you got to work out and all that. And so, what you think they're gonna do about your name, JC?
Change it to George.
Okay. JC, you crazy, George. I can't hardly wait. Somebody say I can't hardly. Who is that?
Calvin.
Yeah. I can hardly wait.
Is that Zoe? Y'all's life. It's 3 minutes to 1 a.m. here in the UK, so gotta go now. Love you, sis. If that's Zoe.
Who is this?
Y'all's life. That's my sister Zoe.
Oh, that's who that is. Okay.
Uh-huh.
A pure culture. What Pam laughing at over there?
Because I said I can't wait to get a new body. Yes, and Jack said, "Oh, suck it." Oh, that's Zoe. Yeah, Y'all's life is Zoe. That's my sis.
Oh, that's Zoe. Okay.
Mm-hmm. She's over in the UK.
She's in the UK. Mm-hmm. Does she talk like the UK people? Hi.
Yes, she does.
Okay. Talk like Prince Charles. Look.
You petty.
I like to hear black people that do that accent. I'd be like,
it's amazing. When I talked to her,
brother's supposed to come back on UK, and from the UK, supposed to be with her. That was brother Banyard was telling me that yesterday that they supposed to come back and build with us.
I'm gonna call her tomorrow because I want to get her perspective because she's over there. She said leave her alone. Zoe, before you go, what is your perspective on what's happening? Because she's over there. And so, I wonder is her perspective.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if she has a second to tell us. She said,
what's going on over there? Man, I'm pretty sure they ready to get up out of there too.
Because they kind of over in the thick of it, right?
I think, a lot of our people is over here, they in what they call a good life, You
see what Giovanni said?
We'll say what?
You hear about Iran firing missiles into Iraq recently?
Iran fired missiles into Iraq. No, I ain't heard about that, but that's interesting. I think that um, I think people calling that World War III.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, I guess whatever they want to call it. I don't know, but one thing I say this: if Russia is one of the carpenters, and Russia really is talking junk to the United States, they talking junk. They like bring it on. I mean, they talking junk to you, and even see if anybody try to stop that no fly zone over there. He said that means they in the war. Wow, that's what Putin said.
Since
So,
when did we get scared of their threats? That's interesting.
huh? Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. But I do want to bring up something that you said a while ago. We don't know, what kind of warfare is coming. So make sure, you tell me what you think. I'm kind of on the fence about this because, but make sure you have some water stocked up and some canned goods and things like that. I don't know how
Yeah.
much we're going to need because I'm not dragging that up the street when y'all wakes me up and says, let's go. So, but you never know if they're going to shut down power or anything. So at least have some water and some canned goods and stuff like that for a couple of days.
Oh, you're right. You got to make sure you have. Okay, look, here she goes. She responded. Awakening is spreading, and most black people have heard, but there is a lot of confusion mixed up with Egyptologists. Yeah, Egyptologists all over Europe too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we ought to be ready. I know we can't do nothing but stand still. We gotta have faith because that's nothing.
Right.
But we need to be preparing too.
Yeah. That's another reason why we have to come together, because if I have a little bit and my neighbor has a little bit and we put that together, we can survive a little bit better like that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay, y'all. Somebody's running out of gas. Old granddad over there.
You gotta get up. So four companies: China, Russia, Iran, and let me put it up. China, Russia, Iran, and India. Bring it on. Right? I hope you're right, Nay. I hope you're right. Because that right there, I mean, to me, to have Russia, grab some of our people and bring them to Russia and treat them good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what's going on now?
Yeah, that's a little shady to me. I don't trust none of them.
Well, time for me to get up. Time for me to get up off here. I know you was gonna say something. Time for us to shut it down. Got to get ready for that. Got to get ready to pay Esau a visit. But,
Esau visit.
Yeah, I got to go make Esau some money. This land of your captivity ain't fun.
Mm-mm. Hopefully, it's almost over.
Yeah, got to go make Esau some money. What's that? Proverbs 21:1.
Michelle posted.
So we have zero reason to trust Cyprus either. I mean Syria. I guess you said I thought you said Cyprus, but Syria. Yeah, I think Syria is with Russia too. I think.
Oh, they're supposed to be back in Russia, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, well, it was good. Like I said, y'all, I think we right around the corner. The wilderness. Somebody said they sick of Esau. Oh, Russia. I am too. Trust me, I am too. But you ain't laying your captivity. Ain't too much you can do right now.
Mm-hmm. Just
Ain't
stick
nothing you can
together.
do. Huh?
Except stick together.
Yeah. Somebody said Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Oh yeah, South Africa with Russia too. I forgot. Reminds me of Babylon's bricks. Look, look at
Oh wow.
that. Oh boy, well, peace and glory from Most High Yahweh, from the Messiah Yahweh Shai, from me, Kadar, Sister Jill, Salt of Earth, Brother Banyard. He said he gonna have another video out. I forgot what he told me. Something happened with, I think, with the computer, so that's why I didn't go up yesterday. So I'm looking forward to check that out because the first one was good, you know. So the second one, part two, is supposed to be coming out soon. Anyway, peace and blessings to y'all. Shalom.
Shalom.
Let me leave here.